Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So hello everyone. Good morning. My name is Umar, and I'll be your host, come moderator for today's series of expert talk, which we do at Springboard Foundation here. Today, we will be talking on the topic of using technology to help the needy during economic slowdown. Today, we have with us Ezgi here. Um, I will introduce her in a bit. But before we go forward, I just wanted to let everybody know that if they can mute their devices, their laptops, when SG is speaking, that would be awesome. As a precaution, I would go ahead and mute everybody else apart from SG. So let me do it right now. But if you have any questions, there will be time for questions afterwards. You can unmute yourself. Preferably, we would ask all of you to put your questions in the chat. That would be helpful for me to read them and present it to SG as well. But yeah, feel free to unmute yourselves. If nobody is asking any questions, you can unmute yourselves and go ahead and ask. You also have that flexibility too. So let me unmute this for everyone apart from SG here. All right. So before I introduce Ezgi, just wanted to take a minute to tell you about Springboard Foundation. So Springboard Foundation is a not-for-profit organization established to promote and encourage innovation and social entrepreneurship at the grassroots level. It is a platform for all of those who feel that they have great ideas for social welfare but do not have support to develop it, and for those who want to do something but are in search of ideas. So it's basically a springboard for any of your grassroots level ideas for social entrepreneurship and social welfare. It connects, supports, and acts as a bridge between people with ideas and experts, and who can help them transfer the ideas into life. So that's a brief about what we do at in Springboard Foundation. We have numerous projects which are in development phases, which are focused on social entrepreneurship and social welfare. You can very well go to the website and take a look at that. Coming to our guest speaker today, so we have Ezgi, who is co-founder of BiKomsu, and she is also a design mesh innovation lab and Maya startup hub. Ezgi started her career as an industrial designer and went on to work in electric fields, including urban furniture, system design, medical products in Turkey and in India. Later on, she took in projects including funding the Innovation Center Atmosphere TTO at Techno Park, Izmir, where she is located currently, as well as currently she is a co-founder for BiKomsu, which is a platform that brings together the needy who have difficulties in paying their bills and the philanthropists who want to meet their needs on their behalf. So that's a great initiative. Thank you for that, Ezgi. I think that's what encouraged us to reach out to you to tell us something more about this, and maybe we can take our lessons out of your talk, and we can inspire others as well. So I'll open this for you, Ezgi, and once we are done with your quick talk, we can have a short session of Q&A. I can have the question answers listed from the chat, from our live stream chat as well. So yeah, with that, I'll let you. I will hand over this to you, and we'll love to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Umar. It's been a pleasure to be here to meet with you at these hard times. And let me open the presentation. Do you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So it's pronounced as BiKomsu, and it means one neighbor. So the idea comes from helping your neighbor because it's an ancient culture in Turkey. So we try to bring forward this culture into life again, and it brings together, as you said, the needy who has difficulties in paying their bills, and philanthropists who want to meet these needs on their behalf. It's actually we help them to get their bills paid. The philanthropist pays for themselves. So they just found the information on the website about the bill, and they pay it as they pay their own bills. And so BiKomsu does not accept any payments, and we don't collect any donations or aids, and we don't receive any commissions. So it's just a voluntary movement. We show our team. We are just 6 friends. We work in different fields, but most of us work in the startup ecosystem. And we are engineers, designers, mentors. We are in actually different fields, but we work with the same excitement and passion. So we have some backgrounds also on social entrepreneurship. It's a very old saying, and it's very common. Lots of Turkish people know this phrase. Your neighbor is much closer than your family. So Rumi said it, and it's also one of our mottos. So our purpose is with COVID-19, it threatened everyone equally around the world. But if we talk the economic crisis, it did not affect everyone equally. And there were some people who wanted to help the people in need. And the feeling of being us was also becoming increasing. So nowadays, the neighborhood culture is being forgotten, as I said before. But in this environment, we thought we can bring it back, and we dreamed of bringing people in need, and the people who is closest to them, your neighbor, can pay the bills. And we have established this platform to ensure the continuation of this culture. And we thought that this will be also used in the future because the economic effects of this COVID-19 spread will continue. So, it's maybe small happiness for small lives, but it's very important. What we achieved that this was when we achieved the 1 million Turkish liras bills paid, but we exceeded now, and that's our Instagram post. We opened it on April 13, and in just 2 weeks we exceeded 100,000 users, and 1 million Turkish liras invoice payment was made before 1 month. It was just an organically spread, and we just have reached a significant amount of people on social media. And we got many written and visual media on national press, and also some international press. Just a few, like 1 week ago, I guess, I was on Al Jazeera, and before that I was on TRT World. And we also have some audience from foreign countries, actually, and Turkish people living in a foreign country, they can also help other people. So we have some also press releases on foreign media. And we have a small infographic, and it's the 30 days of BiKomsu. And you see the numbers. It's very hopeful, and it makes us happy when we see the numbers going up. And now it's also it's exceeded 1,100,000 Turkish liras. It's more than that right now. It's like 1,020,000 or 30,000 Turkish liras right now. And lots of people are unemployed now. They're also applying to our websites. And mostly west side of Turkey have done lots of supporting for the people. And you see, my hometown is Izmir, the third one, which was the most supporting cities. And the most supporting foreign country was Germany. We guess that lots of Turkish people lives in Germany, actually, and they were also answered our call. And the cities are demanding the most support is similar to the supporting cities, and we guess it's because of the amount of people living in that cities. So most of the bill types were electricity and water and gas, and we also got people who registered their bills. It was around 150 bills nearly, and we got very low incorrect bills in terms of number. And we got lots of messages from our supporters and also from the people who demand help. So they sent lots of prayers and beautiful messages. So it makes us very happy, actually, and it shows the how can I say, the effect of this system, that it gets to the people. We get also some printed media, some newspapers. We got the cover of some newspapers and some very can I say, the popular media channels, and you can I will just send you the presentation also. There are some also other press releases here. And this is actually for people who has in foreign countries. You can also pay the bills for your neighbors in Turkey, but it's a bit tricky about paying the bills, because you have to have a Turkish bank account in Turkey. So, but if you have, you can also pay some bills. And you can.
Live streaming is on.
Yeah, I think you can go ahead. Yeah.
I was nearly finished, but we will be very happy if you can also share our movement on social media. It's how we got lots of this big community. So you can share it by hashtag BiKomsu. Also, you can find us as BiKomsu again. And that's all, actually. Thank you very much again. I can also answer your questions now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for taking us through your journey. Really appreciate it. Let me see if we have any questions in our live stream or on here. So I invite everyone, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Also, feel free to unmute yourself and ask the question. So there is one question in the chat. So Mushtaq is asking, what was the motivation for this idea, the challenges faced, and also way forward as you see it for your growth and sustainability? So I think you touched a bit on your motivation. We would like to hear about the challenges and what are your next steps when it comes to growth, and how do you want this moment to keep it sustainable?
Yeah, sure. It's a very good question, and thank you. Motivation. Our motivation was, we have this neighborhood culture, and we also we were observing the environment, and we saw that people want to help, and also there were some. There is a niche about the house bills, because you can sometimes people let you postpone your rent, and there were also there were food dates, and you can there's also some systems like you can pay it later, you can pay for your food later in some small markets. But about the house bills, there were nothing enough postponements, or so we saw this niche, and we started BiKomsu, and also it's easier to help for the bills, because there are some online systems, mobile banking, internet banking systems, so it's relatively easier to pay the bills. And people also got lots of interest on this on the BiKomsu, because it showed people it's very easy to help the others, and it's an easy way to help the others. So we got lots of challenges. Actually, we had some other platforms who are similar to us. It's very new, but some municipalities started this act, and without asking or without collaborating with us. But it's okay, because our only goal is to help the people in need. So we said okay, and we moved on. But now we are planning some other projects, and also we are creating some collaboration with corporates and communication companies. And what else? Marks and Spencer, we just signed a deal with them, and because some corporates also want to sponsor. And now we are planning some other projects using this platform. So we are trying to transform this movement into other areas, like helping the children, the women, and some other also ideas coming up. So we will announce it in a short time.
Sure.
We got another. Does this need collaboration with banks and government agencies? We didn't need any collaboration with banks and government. We could have, but there were not how can I say? We didn't get any communication with them, because paying the bills for other people is a bit easier if you use mobile banking in Turkey. You can just type the bill information and you can just pay it. But right now, as I said, some municipalities are also started this act. under the it's a government agency, but can this app be used globally? As I mentioned, it's a bit tricky because if you don't have a Turkish bank account, it's a bit harder because some of the these are local systems, the bill payment system. So if you have a credit card and you want to pay the bill, some systems doesn't allow it. Some of them allows. So it changes, but if you have a Turkish bank account, it's easier. And the other question, yes, we have our algorithm doesn't allow break-ins, but it's always a risk. But we consulted our attorneys, and also there are some laws about protecting the personal data. So it's all how can I say, established on this legal ground.
Got it.
Yes. Yeah, sure. It is a website, and I will show you the website itself, and I will get through it. 1 second. You just type bikomsu.com. Let me share. Yeah. Do you see the website BiKomsu? I shared the screen.
Yes, we can see that.
When you click the website, you see a very simple interface, just 2 buttons. It says support and demand support. And you see also the numbers, some frequently asked questions to help you. And if you, for example, click demand help, you see the steps, and also you enter your phone number and so we also got some confirmation on the phone number to understand that if you're a real user, and there is a form coming up, so you can enter your information about your income status, why you can't pay your bills, and you can see the donators, but the donators can also get in touch with you if they like, and if they don't trust the system, or if they got suspicious about something, they can reach out to the people and understand the need. And some people also, they paid the bills, but they wanted to do more, so they got connected with the people, and they made other donations by themselves, like food aids or clothing. And if you click on the support, yes, right now you can't demand support. There are some I forgot the word. There's some work on the system, so we closed the demanding for support, but you can donate right now. So yeah, it's basically like that.
Yeah,
I'm
before my
reading.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before my
You can comment. Yeah.
question, so we wanted to get some thoughts from you as to how we can encourage our youths to go into these technologies which are for social welfare. And your app, which you just showed us, is there any way to make it like an open source, or can some of the youths, some of our interns who engage with us can benefit from it?
Mm-hmm. We thought about this actually, because lots of entrepreneurs reached us to collaborate, and about the open source, I'm not sure, but we are always open to collaborate with other platforms like yourself, and so we can discuss it, and you can always reach out to us. So we are open to that.
Thank you.
How was the initial data pulled? How are the donors contacted? Okay. The first question, we just spread it to our own networks, our own friends, family, and people like that, and then we used social media. One of our teammates, Hasret, you can also see it on the website. He's working a social media agency. He owns a social media agency, and he helped us to grow our community on social media. And so it was our one of the biggest tools to reaching the people. And also donors also reached us through social media, and some popular people and some celebrities also shared the movement. And there were like a celebrity reporter woman. She is Ayşe Arman. She's also very popular in Turkey, and they also shared our movement, and they got an interview with us. So things like that, using the social media, and but basically the people reach to us rather than we are trying to reach them. But social media is our key communicator.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of good questions, actually. I got.
Yeah. So there is another one on our live stream. So Manjunath says, there is a trust factor. How does the donor trust that the needy is genuine?
It's we got some steps about that, and it was the maybe biggest question, and we got some information about the bill, like the number of people living in the household, the income, employment information, and we are collecting as much information as possible within the boundaries of the law. So with this information and via the algorithms that we established, we are able to ensure a semi-autonomous checking and elimination. Also, there are limits will be adjusted based on the seasons, like the electric and water consumption. And on the other hand, there is no limit on how much you can donate. but we are getting the information, and the algorithm filters some of the suspicious bills, and we deleted lots of bills actually. And also about the donor side, we also got some misusages there. Some donators, they were fake donators. They said that I paid the bill. They signed on the website, but they didn't pay it. And we also detected this also misusages about the donators. So it's our team also detects the misusages, and also the algorithm helps.
Okay, sure. So there are no more questions on the chat. If anyone of you have any questions, if you want to ask, you can do so by unmuting yourselves. I'll just give a few moments for them to do so.
Okay. I have a question for you. And how did you heard about BiKomsu?
I think it was Mushtaq who, I mean, we usually look into the lookalike platforms like Springboard, try to get collaboration with them in India and across. We also have some follows on Twitter as well, on our Twitter handle. But I think Mushtaq was the one who kind of gave us the idea of reaching out to you. So Mushtaq, do you want to chime in if you are there?
Yeah, it was like like a curious look into the social approaches, which like in during this pandemic there are a lot of chaos, crisis, economic slowdown. So you are looking someone who across the globe, anyone has taken up any initiative in this cause, then we could be like like we could be having like pleasure to invite them on our meetup so that we can discuss how we can collaborate and do more.
That's cool. I thought I have many friends in India, so I thought they shared BiKomsu, and you saw it on LinkedIn or somewhere else. I thought like that.
Makes sense. Yeah. So there is a question in the chat. I'll read it for you. Will it be possible for the team to help the youth either by ideas, motivation, or technological assistance to develop such solutions?
Mm-hmm. We haven't planned it actually, but we are working with lots of young entrepreneurs and startups, and we had organized some hackathons around this topic, and but we haven't done as BiKomsu. But why not? Maybe we can do it. BiKomsu helping young social entrepreneurs. It can be a good idea. I'm also writing the questions down, and I will share it with my team, and I think they will be also happy about these ideas.
Yes, absolutely. So I encourage any one of you who has any questions to ask, please do so now.
Okay. another question. Yeah. How can it be done? Yeah. This is a technological movement, so all the my teammates, they are specialized in different areas. Two of my teammates are software developers. I'm a designer, and my other friend, he's also expert on social media. And some other friend, she is the marketing manager. So it depends on your team. So it's very important how you select and collect the people around you. And also they should be passionate about social entrepreneurship, and it's an urge to help other people, maybe. I don't know, but they should share the same passion. It's very important.
Sure. Yep. The last question, I think you already answered for us.
Yeah, sure. There are some demands on doing it. So, when we got online on Al Jazeera TV on Qatar, they also asked us similar questions. So maybe we can see it in other countries and also in India. So yeah,
Sure.
we are planning actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to give another background, Springboard actually had this idea of doing something similar. So it's still in our development phase, and we have been looking forward for that idea as well. So once we have a little bit more traction on that particular idea, so I think it aligns on the principles of what you are actually doing. So once we have it in a more mature form, I believe we can have a collaboration with you guys and see how we can take some inputs from you about that.
Sure, we will be happy to discuss.
Perfect. All right. So I will give 3 seconds for people who want to ask any questions before we can conclude here. Going once. All right. I think we got some question on our live feed. So under the current world conditions, is it not important to have a mobile app for repayment?
Yeah, we the think about this movement is we are not an association, so we are also not a company. We are just a group of friends who are doing this. So it's not impossible for us to do so, to have a payment system, and it has we have some law limits on that topic, and maybe it's because of our how can I explain? It's also about the management of Turkey. So they're not really open this kind of donations. So maybe we will get lots of troubles with the management if we do so. Like having a payment system and commission on donates, it's a bit tricky in Turkey. So it's about the government issues and recent limitations.
Okay.
It's a political question.
Sure. All right. I think we would take that as the last question. So with that, we would conclude here. Ezgi, if you have any other thoughts, let us know. Otherwise, we are fine to conclude here, I believe.
Mhm. It was very joyful event. I'm very happy to be here to connect with you, and it's also another motivation for us to reach out people like you. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Likewise, thanks for accepting the invite at a very short notice of time. We really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. I think it's quite an inspiration for all of us to carry forward this concept of social welfare, especially in the era where we have a pandemic going on and we are on the verge of having an economic slowdown. So I hope it has inspired many of us here. We would definitely be reaching out to you for any future collaborations. Um, we will definitely have that open communication channel with you. But yeah, for today, I think that was an awesome talk. We really thank on the behalf of Springboard Foundation here. And we would like to communicate with you in future as well.
Of course, yes. We will be very happy.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who joined. Thanks for your time. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Umar, can you stop the live streaming?